How was Madison Beer discovered? I was discovered at 12 years old on YouTube. I was posting covers, singing some songs, and Mr. Justin Bieber saw one of them, and I was signed to him and Scooter and all that stuff. And as a 12-year-old girl who would have died for Justin Bieber.
Yes.
I was through the roof. I used to wear like purple lipstick on his birthday, so it was pretty crazy.
The night that Justin Bieber tweeted about me, I was already just being flooded with like hate messages and stuff. So I was like, is this what this is like?
It's a continuous attempt to invalidate any talent at all that I might have and any ability that I might have to be independent on my own.
I think it took me getting my dreams and then having them honestly all ripped away from me to put me where I am now. Like, I don't think I would be as artistic.
You know how some celebrities can never escape their origin story? Like, no matter what they do, they're always that one kid from Disney Channel or the guy who used to do Vine. For Madison Beer, that story is Justin Bieber tweeted her when she was 13. That's it. That's the beginning, middle, and end of her Wikipedia page, at least according to the internet. And look, that's not nothing. In 2012, Justin Bieber was basically one of the biggest pop stars alive. So when he randomly tweeted a YouTube link of a girl singing At Last, the internet immediately crowned her the next big thing. Within hours, there were headlines calling her Justin Bieber's new discovery, and within weeks, she had a label deal with Island Records. She hadn't even released a single yet.
Who are you gonna be?
So yeah, people were skeptical because the music industry already has a reputation for manufacturing pop stars, and Madison seemed like the prototype. Young, beautiful, talented enough, and conveniently blessed with Justin Bieber's stamp of approval. It didn't take long before people started whispering, she didn't earn this, she's an industry plant. And here's the problem with that: once the word plant gets attached to your name, it's basically over. Doesn't matter what you release, how hard you work, or how long you've been around, people stop seeing you as a musician and start seeing you as a marketing experiment. So today we're gonna talk about Madison Beer, the artist, the label, the rumors, and how being branded as an industry plant might be one of the hardest reputations to shake in pop music. So without further ado, let's dive in. Back in the early 2010s, posting song covers on YouTube was basically the teenage lottery. Justin Bieber himself was discovered that way, so fans were always on the lookout for the next Bieber. Madison Beer was one of those hopefuls. She was 13, recording covers in her bedroom, uploading them to a channel with barely a few hundred views, and then lightning struck. On July 17, 2012, Bieber tweeted her infamous cover. And because Justin had millions of followers at the time, the tweet exploded. Overnight, Madison Beer went from being an unknown girl on YouTube to trending worldwide.
Bieber's tweet, and I was like, about what? She was like, you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And like, I freaked out and I hung up the phone. I was like hysterically crying outside of a candy store with my mom in the car. And I'm like, what's happening?
Now, in hindsight, this was both the best and worst thing that could have happened to Madison Beer. Best because it got her a record deal almost immediately. Worst because people decided that was the only reason she had a career. The media wasn't kind either. Every article framed her as Justin Bieber's discovery. The narrative wasn't young girl gets signed, it was Justin Bieber makes another star. That subtle shift planted the idea that Madison didn't get there herself, Justin Bieber put her there. Let's be real, Madison Beer is conveniently attractive. She's tall, she's got symmetrical features, she fits the pop star image perfectly, and unfortunately, in the court of public opinion, being beautiful is both a blessing and a curse. Cause when you're pretty, people don't assume you worked for anything. They assume doors just open for you, they assume your career is PR, not passion. And for Madison, the combination of beauty plus Bieber plus major label deal was like the trifecta of suspicion. Even when she dropped her first singles like Melodies in 2013, complete with a Bieber cameo in the music video, people didn't hear a song, they heard a corporate rollout. To them, it wasn't Madison Beer's debut single, it was proof she's industry plant. And the irony is that beauty actually makes it harder to be taken seriously in music. When you look like Madison, people automatically assume you're manufactured, even if you do have the talent to back it up. It's almost like the internet decides she couldn't possibly be both talented and beautiful. She had to be one or the other. And once that narrative takes hold, it's tricky. Other artists who looked less polished, less packaged were given grace for flopping or experimenting. Madison, on the other hand, every move was judged as fake, calculated, or handed to her. Here's the thing though, the term industry plant itself is kind of meaningless. Ask 10 people to define it and you'll get 10 different answers. Some people say it's when an artist pretends to be independent but secretly has label backing. Some say it's when someone comes out of nowhere with money, connections, and hype. Others just use it as shorthand for artists I don't think deserve success. By most definitions, Madison Beer could be seen as a plant. She didn't build a huge following on her own before getting signed. She was scouted and basically fast-tracked. But so was Billie Eilish, so was Olivia Rodrigo, so was basically every pop star you've ever heard of. The only difference is Madison's planting happened out in the open in front of millions of Bieber fans who could point at it and say she didn't do this herself. And to make matters worse, Madison didn't have a viral hit to change the narrative. Billie had Ocean Eyes, Olivia had Driver's License, but unfortunately, Madison's early singles did not dominate charts in the same way, which meant the industry plant accusations never got replaced with a success story. Instead, the label plant just stuck harder, like people were waiting for her to prove them wrong, and unfortunately, she did not have the numbers yet to shut them up. After the initial hype, Madison's career wasn't smooth. She released a handful of singles with Island Records, but none of them really blew up. By 2016, Madison parted ways with Island Records. If she really was this manufactured product, wouldn't the label have doubled down to make her happen? Instead, Madison found herself kind of floating. She signed with Epic Records in 2017, released her EP As She Pleases in 2018, and again it did fine, but nothing groundbreaking. The project gave us songs like Dead,
You say you can't live without me, so why don't you
and Home With You, which actually started gaining traction on streaming. Home With You even charted on Billboard's mainstream top 40, her first ever song to do so. It wasn't until her debut album, Life Support, in 2021 that she started to change the conversation. This album is so good. I highly recommend you listen to it. It wasn't bubblegum pop. It was darker, moodier, more experimental. She wrote much of it herself, dealing with personal topics like mental health and toxic relationships. Critics praised her artistry. Fans began to see her less as Bieber's discovery and more as an artist with a vision. But the internet, though, was still split. For every person saying Madison Beer is underrated, there was someone else tweeting she's still a plant, labels just bought her another chance.
It's a continuous attempt to invalidate any talent at all that I might have and any ability that I might have to be independent on my own and like, you know, whatever. I saw a comment that was like, the only reason that she got signed is because her mom knew Scooter. Like, to me, I'm like, let's just repeat what you just said.
Being called an industry plant isn't just annoying, it's suffocating. It means no matter what you accomplish, people question if you deserve it. And Madison has openly talked about how difficult that's been on her. She's dealt with constant scrutiny from people saying she's only famous because of her looks, to accusations that her career is entirely PR driven. Imagine putting years into writing an album only for Twitter to say she didn't even write this. And what's worse is the paradox. If Madison disappears, people say, see, the plant didn't grow. If she thrives, people say that's just the machine watering her. It's a lose-lose situation. The truth is, Madison Beer has talent. She can sing, she can write, she has vision, but because of how she entered the industry, people will always see her as inauthentic. And maybe that's the real burden, not being called an industry plant, but knowing the internet will never give you the benefit of the doubt. And at that point, it's less about music and more about optics. And unfortunately, optics are the one thing an artist can never control. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this one. But now I want to know, what do you think? Is Madison Beer actually an industry plant? Or has the label itself become more of an internet myth we throw at artists we don't want to give credit to? Let me know your thoughts. And also, if you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know. I'm always adding ideas to my list. And with that being said, thank you for being here, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you very soon.